Ready to jump into the CIO world.
Let's do it.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into the evolving role of the Chief Information Officer.
Yeah.
A career path that's seriously in demand these days and constantly changing.
For sure.
So
Absolutely.
we've got some good articles and research right here ready to pull out those key insights.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how this role, it's gone from managing server rooms to being this strategic leader at the very heart of an organization.
Yeah, it's not just fixing printers anymore.
Oh, fresh.
So let's decode the CIO DNA.
Okay.
What does a CIO actually do?
Well, you could think of a CIO as the architect of a company's technology landscape.
Okay.
They're analyzing a business's needs today while keeping an eye on the trends of tomorrow. And they design and implement strategies to ensure the technology fuels those big picture business goals.
So less IT guru, more strategic visionary.
Exactly.
It's about connecting the dots between the tech and the business outcomes.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And one of the most surprising insights from these articles is that 63% of a CIO's time involves monitoring.
63%.
63%.
Are they monitoring like their inbox explosion rate?
It's a little more high stakes than that.
Okay.
CIOs are monitoring the performance of their teams, how efficient their systems are, and even their own progress towards those big strategic goals that we talked about.
So that constant monitoring, it sounds like, that feeds directly into their strategic decision-making.
Absolutely. By constantly evaluating what's working and what's not, they can adjust course, anticipate roadblocks, and make sure the technology is truly enabling the business to thrive.
Okay, so we're seeing this theme of strategy already.
Yes.
But it can't all be spreadsheets and algorithms, right?
Right.
What about those human skills we keep hearing about?
Yeah. You've hit on another crucial aspect of the CIO DNA, the soft skills. The research really emphasizes this no matter where you are in your IT career journey.
Okay, let's crack the code on these soft skills.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Think communication, being able to explain complex technical concepts to anyone, from the CEO to your team.
Yeah.
Then there's critical thinking to solve those inevitable tech hiccups.
Of course.
And problem solving to find creative solutions when things inevitably go sideways.
Right. So it's like this blend of tech prowess and people skills is what makes a CIO truly effective.
Yes.
They need to be able to lead teams, inspire innovation, and navigate those complex tech landscapes.
Precisely. And this is where having a solid understanding of the technologies themselves comes into play.
Let's talk about that. So we've got a good picture of what a CIO does, but what does that look like day to day?
Right.
What technologies are we talking about here? So we're talking about a role that requires you to be both a tech whiz and a master communicator, right?
Yeah.
You've got to speak the language of machines and humans.
Right.
What does that journey actually look like for someone starting out in the IT world?
That's where our deep dive into these resources gets really interesting.
Okay.
It's not like you're born a CIO,
Right.
right? There's a whole career ladder you can climb, gaining those essential skills and experiences along the way.
Okay, so for those of us who weren't, building computers and diapers,
Sure.
where does this climb typically begin?
Think of it like starting as a junior IT specialist.
Yeah.
You're the go-to person for troubleshooting tech issues, setting up hardware, that kind of thing.
Right.
You're building a strong foundation in things like networking, software, and hardware. All those essential building blocks.
Right. You're getting your hands dirty, learning the ropes firsthand.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like how the resources actually had an example of this. They profiled a junior IT specialist who went from fixing printers to becoming their company's cloud computing expert.
That's a great example
Yeah.
of how even early in your career, specializing in a specific technology can make you incredibly valuable. And that thirst for knowledge, that drive to master new technologies, it's essential as you keep climbing that ladder.
So what's the next rung up?
Right.
What comes after you've conquered the printer demons?
That's where you might move into an IT analyst role.
Okay.
You're taking those tech skills and using them to solve business problems.
Okay.
You're translating those complex technical needs into solutions that actually make sense for the business.
Right.
This is where those communication and critical thinking skills we talked about really come into play.
Yeah, it's like you're becoming a bilingual translator.
Yes.
Bridging that gap between the tech world and the business world.
Exactly. You're not just fixing problems, you're understanding the why behind those problems.
Right.
And finding ways to prevent them from happening again.
Okay. I'm seeing how each step up the ladder comes with more responsibility.
It's more strategic thinking.
Absolutely.
What's the next level up from IT analyst?
From there, you might become an IT manager.
Okay.
Leading teams, managing projects, and making sure everything aligns with the company's overall tech strategy.
Right.
Imagine you've moved from troubleshooting network issues to overseeing the entire network infrastructure.
Now you're in the driver's seat, but instead of a car, it's the entire tech infrastructure of a company.
That's right.
That's a lot of responsibility.
It is. And as you gain more experience and expertise, you might find yourself as a senior IT manager.
Okay.
Now you're basically steering the entire technology ship, leading multiple teams, managing a big budget.
Wow.
And making those high-level strategic decisions.
Okay, so we've gone from fixing printers to steering the whole tech ship.
It's quite a journey. That's quite a journey.
It is. But here's where our deep dive reveals some exciting alternatives.
Okay.
Achieving that CIO status doesn't always mean staying on that linear path.
Okay.
The tech world is changing so rapidly that career paths are changing right along with it.
Oh, tell me more about these alternative paths.
Okay.
What else can a CIO aspire to?
Well, some CIOs leverage their incredible experience and insights to transition into consulting roles.
Okay.
They become strategic advisors for other businesses, helping them navigate the complex world of technology and develop their own digital strategies.
So they're taking all that knowledge and experience and sharing it with the world.
Exactly.
Helping other companies succeed.
It's like becoming a CIO mentor.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. They're sharing their battle scars, their triumphs, and everything in between. It's an incredibly valuable service.
What other exciting detours does this career path offer?
Another fascinating path we uncovered is the move from CIO to CTO, Chief Technology Officer.
Okay, now we hear those titles thrown around a lot.
We do.
What's the key difference between a CIO and a CTO?
It's a good question, and the lines can blur sometimes.
Right.
But in general, a CIO is more focused on the business side of technology.
Okay.
How it can make the company more efficient, profitable, and competitive.
Right.
A CTO, on the other hand, is more focused on the technology itself.
Okay.
Innovation, research, and development, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
So the CIO is like the architect, designing the tech infrastructure to support the business, while the CTO is more like an inventor, exploring new technologies and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
That's a great way to put it.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
And that drive to innovate, that fascination with emerging technologies.
Right.
It's something we see in a lot of successful CIOs.
Absolutely.
Whether they stay in that role or branch out into something new.
That's right.
This is what makes this whole deep dive so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's not just about climbing a ladder. It's about exploring a whole landscape of possibilities within the world of technology.
Precisely. And with the rise of AI.
Oh, here we go.
The job market itself is transforming right before our eyes.
Let's talk about that. AI seems to be the buzzword of the century.
It is.
But how is it actually impacting the job hunt, especially for aspiring CIOs? So AI is changing the game, not just in the tech world itself, but in how we navigate the job market.
Yeah.
What do aspiring CIOs and really anyone in the tech space need to know about this AI-powered playing field?
It's a whole new ballgame.
Right.
Remember how we talked about CIOs needing to be strategic?
Yes.
Well, that strategic thinking needs to extend to the job hunt itself.
Okay.
You're not just trying to impress a hiring manager anymore.
Right.
You've got to get past the algorithms first.
Wow. AI as a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
That's a whole new ballgame. So how do you navigate that?
Uh-huh.
What does that even mean for crafting your resume, for example?
Yeah, think about those resumes you're sending out.
Okay.
There's a good chance they're being screened by AI before a human even lays eyes on them.
Wow.
So you need to make sure that your application is speaking the AI's language.
Okay, so we're talking keywords, algorithms, the whole digital shebang.
Right.
How do you optimize for that? Is it just cramming in every tech term you can think of?
That's where a tool like RoleCatcher comes in.
Okay.
It helps you decode that AI recruiter language and tailor your application to stand out.
Okay. Tell me more about RoleCatcher. How does it actually work?
It's like having a secret decoder ring for the digital job market.
Okay.
You upload your resume, input the job description, and RoleCatcher uses natural language processing, or NLP, to analyze both.
Right.
It figures out what skills the AI is looking for and identifies any gaps in your resume.
Okay.
And then it actually suggests improvements, even helping you create different versions of your resume, optimized for different jobs.
That's incredible. It's like having a career coach and a tech assistant all rolled into one.
It really is. And here's the kicker. RoleCatcher has this feature called a reverse matching system.
Okay.
Imagine this. Instead of you chasing companies, they come to you.
Wait, hold up. Companies are coming to you?
Yeah.
That sounds like a game changer.
It is. If you opt in, companies can use RoleCatcher to find candidates based on their skills and experience.
Oh, wow.
They input their requirements, and the system matches them with potential hires.
Okay.
It flips the script completely.
That is amazing. It really does feel like the power dynamic is shifting, giving job seekers more control and visibility.
Right.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of the CIO, what are the key takeaways you want our listeners to walk away with?
Well, the CIO role is a balancing act. You need technical expertise and sharp business sense, the ability to lead, and the willingness to constantly learn. It's a challenging but incredibly rewarding path.
Absolutely. And on top of that, the job hunt itself is changing rapidly.
Okay.
AI is becoming increasingly important.
Yes.
And tools like RoleCatcher can be a game changer.
Absolutely.
It's no longer enough to just have the skills.
Right.
You have to know how to showcase them in this new digital landscape.
Exactly. You got to make sure you're speaking the language of the algorithms and the humans.
I like it. Well, this has been an incredible deep dive.
Yeah.
Giving us so much to think about. But it also begs the question, if AI gets even better at matching skills to jobs,
right,
what does that mean for the traditional career ladder? Will it become more about constantly evolving your skill set than climbing a predefined path? Something to ponder as you continue on your own CIO journey. Thanks for joining us as we navigated the ever-evolving world of work, and until next time, keep those curiosity engines running.